everybody. Welcome back to the We Can't
everybody.
Pick a Title podcast. PG here, wearing my glasses so I'm too close to the camera, so everything looks really blurry and weird.
I don't have any glasses. So I'm just straight up blind.
Just weird?
Just weird, yeah.
Just weird.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll pull my mic back and then I don't
normal
feel
weird.
like I have to lean into the blur town. There we go.
We'll see how this will work. I got a new camera going here.
I forgot to press airplane mode on mine, so I might get distracted by notifications.
Okay. Well, we'll
Sorry,
find out. I
everybody.
gotta move some
Quality
stuff around here.
content.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just effing around podcast.
New studio setup. You know, podcast.
and stuff.
Just effing around podcast. I got to keep my hands off the table.
Found a new pocket inside a pocket in my shirt.
Hey, all right.
Weird.
I need I need some pockets or
This-
something for my hands to do while I'm down here.
No.
You know, not like that.
You can't just diddle your wiener like a 3-year-old.
No.
Or
I mean,
2-year-old. I don't know how old kids are when they're diddling their wieners.
pretty much as soon as they have wieners.
As soon as they
to
get
diddle,
a hand,
I would say in the
they're like,
womb, they're diddling their wieners, yeah.
they're like, what's this? Twirl it around like a little ringlet. Like just do-do-do.
I'm not used to this new camera being right here. I just keep like having to move over a little bit to
Yeah, I
see
know
it.
you
So-
put it like in a weird
Yeah.
in my eye line, but I had it all lined up before, but then didn't realize the table was pulled out, and then it got pulled back in, pulling out, pulling in,
Pull
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah, we'll fuck with it later.
Yeah. Anyways,
next time.
welcome back, and we're
Hey!
real tight beginning here.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
How's everybody
Tidy-
doing?
tidy
How
whities.
how you doing there, Jason?
a couple of tidy whiteys we are.
Something. Not so,
I'm
not so
doing
tight.
great.
Yeah?
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
that's good.
Got the Ricola going, so if you hear some random
Tooth
tooth
candy
chip chops and
slams.
stuff, yeah, it's all good.
That's what that is. His teeth aren't just falling apart.
No.
That'll come later
I'm
from
not
the
just rattling
candy.
my teeth around in my head there. It's actually Ricola. Yeah.
I brushed mine. You wouldn't know it, though, because they're coffee brown.
Not so sure about this new camera. It's making my face really red. And like,
That's okay. Mine's really red, too. I think it's the lighting in here.
you can see the blackhead I went for earlier.
I'm kind of pink. Anyways, enough about us.
People care about my blackhead.
So we don't really look in the mirror much, so not sure if you can tell.
We just got great big mirrors everywhere.
Just once a week, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, there I am.
But the only time I look at myself is
Right before a
recording.
client comes.
Yeah.
Anybody in my teeth? Anyways.
Just having a good time.
Are
you
ya?
know, I'm reeling from the old visit from the old Dadaroni.
Yeah, that was
know?
pretty awesome visit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What'd you do?
Oh, the things we did, it was amazing.
Went and saw some
Yeah.
castle.
Oh, yeah. Went and saw the castle, the Cortez Castle, the Bluff Castle, I guess you'd call it. Mm-hmm. Put in some pictures here as we're talking about it, maybe. And castle that, what did it say?
It's for sale, you guys.
13,000 bricks or 33,000
Made by a local person.
Yeah, all
here.
made by a 5-story tower with a turret
It's made
thing on
by a
top.
5-story tower.
It's made by a 5-story tower. Unbelievable.
Weird. Yeah, they had it all programmed to do that.
Oh, yeah, made
Made
by
by
a local.
Fella dude that moved here.
He moved here from, I think it was Hungary. And,
No hunger jokes.
no hunger jokes at all,
We
eh?
just ate, so
Okay.
we're good.
Pretty full. Yeah, he always had like a love of castles and always wanted to either live in one or whatever. And so he came
Okay.
over here and
There was a
built one
sale
and
on
made
bricks.
the bricks and everything. Well, the rule, or the rule, Jesus.
Rumor?
The story goes that he made the bricks. Now, when I look at the bricks, I say,
Bullshit.
I don't know about that because they're all the exact same.
Yeah, they're just straight up
gray
cinder blocks. But maybe on the inside or somewhere where we couldn't go or something was finished
that's
with
good
that or
point.
something?
Yeah, good point.
Maybe?
Good
I don't
point.
know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was all mainly locked up, so we couldn't really get into too much of the area or whatever. But
But it's for
really
sale
cool
if
for
you
sale.
want to go check it out.
Yeah.
You get a hold of that guy.
Roman, I don't know how to say
Not
his last
Plansky.
name. No, not Plansky. No, he's
Different
dabbling
fella.
in other real estate. That one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool seeing the old castle and taking that up
Lots
there.
of
so-
ivy on there.
What else did we went golfing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You boys did.
We went sand bunker golfing.
Sand bunker. How do you
Yeah.
play that?
You mainly go out into the sandbar on low tide in the ocean.
Okay. And you like fling a frisbee and then you try to hit the golf ball to get to the frisbee.
Yeah, that's the way we did it.
Did you guys use tees or did you just bash her off the sand?
The one time I sort of did like piled up a little mound you know, and then took a clamshell and flipped it upside down to have a little cup on it.
Elaborate, just killing time.
It didn't work, and it just hurt me more than anything.
Yeah, because you bashed into that, too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not used to it being up, you know, that high. So, yeah.
Was Danny like, what's he doing now?
No.
Okay, good.
He got it. Yeah.
He was just holding the dog. Did you guys have the... No, I kept the dog.
No, yeah, we didn't take the dog with us.
Right.
Yeah. He'd just chase after the balls.
Oh, probably try to gobble those back.
Loves balls. Gobbling those balls back. You said it.
We don't want to give him golf balls. That seems not good for his dental.
Yeah, no, it was great. There was somebody had gone down on obviously another low tide at some time and put up a bunch of logs, like stuck them in the sand so they're vertical, straight up and down. And then somebody did some work.
Maybe they were doing some disc golf down there or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm just gonna put a water bottle underneath or up against it so it quits jiggling.
There you go.
It's still jiggling quite a lot. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's jiggly. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the jiggles.
It's jiggly.
Anyways.
Might as well take a drink while we're...
Might as well, now that talked about water. So somebody had made some vertical log thingies out there?
Yeah, so we basically use those as our...
targets?
As our flags or targets or holes, whatever you want to say.
Whatever the sport calls for?
Yeah, whatever you're sporting out there.
Okay.
But it was awesome. It was a good time. We just used our pitching wedge and a putter and some balls. You know, it's good to see how many times we can say balls on this episode. You know, just throw it out there.
Balltacular.
But the whole thing is it really, if you were to go and play a normal course, it really makes you appreciate not being in the sand bunker or wet sand or anything like that. Dad was telling me that there's a rule that if you end up in a sand bunker or in wet sand, you're allowed to have a drop where you can take it out of there and drop it for free. It doesn't cost you a point or anything.
Is that Alberta rules? Or?
Yeah, probably some sort of Scottish rules or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah. And we literally played the whole time in wet sand.
Yeah, you went to the wet sand to play.
Yeah,
because the tide was just on its... It was almost all the way out.
Yeah.
So the sand hadn't had a chance to dry off yet.
Yeah. No, it was great. It was a good time. Nice. And out in the hot sun. And then I really injured my finger pretty badly.
Was that on the mound one?
No, I think it was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one where I just sort of got cocky and tried to really nail it.
Okay.
And every time I do that, I lift my left foot, which totally twists off my whole swing and everything. So.
You're trying to show off for Dad.
Probably.
Because he's doing really good. He doesn't play golf very often, but he slays when he does.
Yeah, he's definitely good.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, he knows how to hit a ball. I think it was actually his last shot. He nailed it from got to be 20 yards out and hit the pole. Dunk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was just dead in line, just perfect shot.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Thanks.
So it was a lot of fun doing that. And I'm trying to think, what else do we do? I know for
watched
supper and...
Yeah, went to both the takeouts. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dad. Mm-hmm. We went down to the beach and watched the sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Every night that he was here, which is nice. So I think we're good for the year or till the next visit. It was the beach is right there and we almost never go.
I'll get him to ask him to send me the picture that he took of Salty in the sunset. Did he show you that one?
Oh, yeah, he sent them to me and I finally turned my data on my phone so the pictures came through.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, because I just leave it off and only use my phone really when I'm in the Wi-Fi. So.
Oh, yeah.
Don't use it.
Why bother?
Yeah. Well, I don't want any surprise. Yeah, so I finally turned it on and was like, oh, there's some cute pictures. There's actually a picture of you.
Aw,
golfing.
In the sunset?
No, golfing.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, that one just looks like a fridge golfing.
What
a red fridge.
No.
It just looks like I don't know, I saw it. I was like, oh, that's a lot of body. It's time to start working out, I guess.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you just see a shot of yourself and you start feeling a little bit like, all right, it's time.
Yeah.
I got to start doing some yoga stretches, I think. And I'm worried about my hips.
Why?
Knowing...
Because they're lying a lot?
Yeah. They... That's my Shakira.
Okay.
That was a bad Shakira.
Most people probably don't even know who Shakira is anyway, so it's all right.
I don't know. I bet
most
people listening to
have
this...
heard of Shakira auctions.
Shakira.
It's just making up stuff.
That's a great private joke for you and I from
Yeah.
If you're from Drayton Valley, Alberta.
There's a Sakura auctions. Is that how you say it?
Sakura. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
so
all
great.
insecure how to say it. Insecure. I'm insecure.
In Shakira?
Shakira about how to say it.
That's so great.
No, it's not. It's not. Sorry about the B jokes over here. B grade.
Comedy silver.
Comedy bronze.
I've been watching that Olympic highlights with Kevin Hart and Keenan Thompson.
How's that?
It's actually really funny.
Yeah, that's
It's really
good.
really loose. You know, as far as I think a lot of it's just pretty improv and just them riffing back and forth, and you can really tell when they really nail it and they're really cracking each other up because they just break down and the camera, everything just goes not silent, but everybody else is laughing. You can hear, I don't know if they have an audience or it's just producers in the
just the
background.
crew.
Yeah, and they all just start laughing and it's
That
pretty
sounds
good.
fun.
Yeah, it's really good, and they don't show a ton of
Bloopers.
the Olympics highlights
Okay.
of now. They show the odd one or whatever, but then they do lots of comparing to back in the day and this day in Olympic history. And,
Oh, that's kind of fun.
yeah, kind of fun stuff like that. And then they have guests on and and not necessarily Olympic guests, but some sort of tie-in.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good and really funny, and they're really quick. Kevin Hart's really sarcastic and deprecating humor. Sort of either I'm going to slice you,
Lots of
and
sick
it's okay
burns.
if you slice me, kind of deal.
A little roasty.
Yeah. So he's really good with those, and Keenan doesn't throw those so much, but he's really quick with other just witty quips and stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it's great watching the two of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Olympic highlights with Kevin Hart and Keenan Thompson.
Okay.
It's
where
on
can you find
Peacock.
That? On Peacock.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Streaming on the cock, as they say.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, right? I didn't make it up.
some rooster
Yeah.
show or something?
Yeah. Peacock.
Okay. Any
That was a
other
little tangent. I wasn't thinking about that. Initially,
positive Olympic stuff going on that you want to touch on or anything?
I like the Flava Flav thing. And there's tons of
just
other.
that he is financially supporting some of the
Yeah, the water polo team especially, and then I
that's
think
it.
two or
Okay.
three others now. I
some
think
of the athletes.
Yeah, a couple of the other athletes he's paid their either
Sponsored them
rent
or
or
something?
their mortgage payment and stuff at home.
Yeah.
Because they can't be working.
Yep.
They're not professionals. That's the thing with Olympics, right?
Right.
None of them, except for the basketball teams, and there's some other weird sports that's allowed now.
Weird sports.
Not weird sports, but
Obscure Sports Weekly.
yeah,
The dodgeball reference.
yes,
Quarterly. It's Obscure Sports Quarterly.
yeah, for sure, yeah. Only 4 come out a year,
Yeah.
That's all you have time for. Obscure. There's
There's not that many sports out there that are obscure.
Oh, the OSQ. That's so funny. Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
People using their money for good.
So yeah, I mean, none of them are really professionals. They're not making millions of dollars by any means. They're barely making anything. A lot of them.
Yeah, it's probably just costing them money to be an athlete.
Literally.
Yeah.
You got to pay your trainer and pay your coach and pay your venue and whatever else and your spanky outfit and.
Yeah, when we
You
were
know.
in the Olympics, we still had to pay to have our coaches.
Yeah, for
pay
sure.
to get to Vancouver every week to go and practice on our
Yeah.
days off from hair school.
I just read a thing the other day. Actually, speaking of that the horse people, the Canada horse team, their airplane that takes all their horses and everything is called Air Horse One. You see that? Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
I love that. That's so awesome. Yeah, it's smart.
It's pretty cute little horses. I can't imagine putting the horses through traveling on a plane. That's just so exhausting.
Yeah.
That's super stressful. They wind up dropping weight. Some of them have to be normally for some big travel like that, some of the horses have to be given not like a sedative, but something
them a
like
little
that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to have that balance worked out before you actually travel, because you have to know how the horse is going to react to it. So you have to factor that in, plus the recovery time for the horses. But you can't be there too early because the place isn't set up for you until
Right.
just before your competition.
Right.
So it's a lot to ask of an animal.
Yeah, it'd be a tough timeline, you know.
I just saw 2 more alpacas or llamas or whatever for this puzzle we're doing
From the
here.
puzzle that we're doing.
Sorry, I got distracted, you guys. Do
Hold
you guys
up the
want to see
box
the next
so they
puzzle?
can see it.
Sorry, Jason, you can talk about what you're...
Now I want to talk about alpacas. You know?
There we go. If you're on the
I don't really
YouTube,
have
you
much
got to
say
see
about
it.
them, but-
Yeah, I sort of swooped by. I was like, that's where those pieces are. I've been trying to get that corner done in them for a bit.
That's so great.
Anyways, squirrel.
Anyways, Olympics.
Squirrels.
Squirrel Olympics.
Squirrels. That'd be good.
Ooh, Squirrel Olympics.
I think we're onto something.
What could you do? You know, like who can hoard the most nuts?
Like
and-
water skiing. Have you seen those
Oh,
squirrels
that.
water
Okay,
ski?
okay,
Like,
okay.
obviously, that would be
Okay.
one.
I think I've seen like squirrel ping pong where they're
Oh.
like bing, bong, bing,
Okay.
bong, back and forth.
How many nuts?
Or
you
squirrel
can
tennis.
How many nuts you can get in your mouth?
Hey,
Just no jokes there. Just
no,
that's it?
not at all. Just
Okay.
the hail. You know.
Okay,
Why?
cool.
Why would there be a joke?
I'm not sure.
Squirrels hoard nuts in their mouths. What's wrong with that? And you know, it'd be a perfectly fine competition to see how many nuts you can
Get in your mouth.
fit in your mouth.
Seems like something
know-
from the ancient Greek days.
I know I can do like 62 grapes or something.
And what
I
kind of
remember
grapes?
back in the
Not
day.
globe grapes.
Pretty big green grapes.
62.
I'll have to ask James
I don't
about
want
that
you
number.
to ever do that again.
It seems high.
It seems like maybe marshmallows.
But I remember it being like really ridiculously
Were you like
excessively
swallowing
high.
them?
You know? No, I made sure that was the whole thing. I
You're
think I had to spit them out after. You know,
Was
just
it chewed down?
Just to count. There might have been some that were a little marked up on the sides.
I
you
don't
know,
think
just
you
from
can get
your teeth
62.
are sharp. But
I'd like to
we'll have to try that.
count 62 into a container and then see like,
Okay, yeah, let's just do that.
not
Yeah.
put that many in your mouth. I don't want you to like,
And then spit them back out. Yeah, okay, we'll
I don't want you to-
pre-count them.
yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Not right now.
No, well,
Maybe for next week.
cut to.
No.
Jason's just all the way blue on the floor. Oh, we're wearing matching outfits today.
Blue. And I got a real blue thing going here. The
Blue haze.
above and everything.
It's
Yeah.
probably reflecting off my
Yeah.
shirt.
I've heard of purple haze, but blue haze. That's a whole
Something.
different thing.
So,
You know, would have been tough to pick a color.
Blue,
You know,
I'll be the guy. If
Was it
I was
like
green, I would
mauve
die. If I was
haze?
green, I would die. Remember that song?
yeah.
Anyways,
Is that what he says? If I was green, I would die.
I think
'Cause he's
people
blue?
speculated about that.
Oh,
and
okay.
I just was like, oh, I think that's what they say. I'm a beat 'em guy. I'm a beat up a guy. I'm a beat 'em guy. I was like, well, I don't think that's right. I think
Is
it's
there lyrics for that? We should look it
probably next time. We might not find out about that.
up.
Yeah.
How's our all over the place podcast?
So we had a weird segment that Jason put it out to the we can't pick a
multiverse?
title podcast followers there, and to see how if there's anything anybody wants us to talk about, and we might have to do a Kale's Corner.
Kale's
question corner.
Kale
Kale questions corners.
questions from corners. Kale's in the corner.
Kale corner questions.
Nobody puts kale in a corner.
Just one time, and then after that,
Kale's corner. And we gotta add some like
question corner.
hardcore funky beats, to it. It's like Kale's question corner. Hey, something like that. All right. I like that. Some good beats. Well, his name is Kale, but he doesn't eat kale. I don't think he's ever been to jail. Everything has to rhyme the same when you're rapping, and that's the game. His name is Quail. He's got questions. Rewind that. That was really bad rapping. You're welcome.
Anyways, that was like totally rehearsed. We've been working on that for
Totally.
weeks.
Yes,
would you
I
believe?
wrote it right down here. Yeah.
And because
He had a lot of topics.
Okay, so
he must have rapid fired them right off his brain somehow.
let's rapid fire through the
You want
questions.
to just go through them all?
Let's just go for them all.
Start at the top?
Yeah, and quick answers.
Okay. What can you put Cheez Whiz on?
Anything you want.
Oh, I like that. I was going to say nipples.
I don't anymore because it's like the chemical.
Yeah, I'm not such a fan of the taste of it anymore.
I used to
definitely
sneak it.
gets that real.
If we were at somebody's house and they had it, I'd like
Fake cheese
I'd be like,
sorta.
I'll wash the dishes, and then have like a little off of a knife or something.
It's too oily or something now, and I don't know whether that's me or the
or
oil
if it's
nowadays.
changed. That
'Cause, like,
oil's really changed.
Chocolate bars have really changed now too.
Okay,
with the
so
oil.
you're gonna put some on your chocolate
Definitely
bars?
spaghetti back in the day.
Spaghetti.
Did anybody else do that? I always got
Cheese
weird
whiz on
looks when we'd put like, I was at somebody else's house or
Yeah.
or if I was cooking like
Yeah.
later on, and whap, put a blob of Cheez Whiz in your spaghetti and mix it around. Oh, that's so good.
I bet it is.
Yeah. I'm going to have to try that again.
Well, we didn't do that because I thought Cheez Whiz was for rich people, so
Oh, okay.
we just didn't have
You
it.
didn't get the like compliments,
No.
cheese spread.
No,
Oh,
never.
Okay.
Never.
All right. Cheese Wheeze.
Yeah, that was for the rich
Fake.
kids. We had horses. We didn't have Cheez Whiz.
Nice. There you go. Compromise, right?
Whatever. Lots of peanut butter.
Okay, next.
Next question.
Grilling hot dogs cut open and grilled face open. Why does it taste better?
Because of the browning.
Well, yeah, and that to me that's obvious.
There's more
It's just-
surface area where it gets browned, which is like makes the sugary area of the meat, and that's why it tastes
Oh,
better.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Next.
Done. This is just
Because
how
it makes
ugly.
the Cheez Whiz stick better.
Yeah, kind of answered itself there. What do you put Cheez Whiz on? Well, grilled hot dogs.
Obviously.
Face open. Then it has the room. You can put the whole line down there.
Yeah, do a full line of Cheez Whiz, yo.
Fuck yeah. Just how ugly is the new Tesla truck? I'm going to say
How ugly
very.
is it?
How ugly is it?
The new Tesla truck is so
It's so ugly.
It looks like
Your
it fell
mom-
out of the tree and hit every branch on the way down.
The ugly tree?
Probably, yeah. I'm not good at insults
Just some
for
random
trucks.
tree.
Yeah, just any tree.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. It's very ugly. I never liked it when it was presented. It was very ugly, and it's cheaply made and very shitty.
Yeah, it
know.
seems crappy.
And also very cool because it can maybe self-drive one day. And
But is that good?
well, I kind of like it. I like the technology of it.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. But also, you could just put that other technology in
I think
existing
you're
trucks.
a pretty good driver and wouldn't necessarily need the truck to drive for you in very many
It
instances.
would be kind of sweet, though. Like
Yeah.
packing a bowl or something.
I don't think
You know?
it would be good because it could just fucking go off the road or not stop or
Well,
whatever. I
yeah,
don't.
because they do
I'm not,
glitch.
just not into
and they
it.
do twitch.
I mean, maybe if I was a
So,
drinker, I might be like, "Fuck yeah, let's get this self-driving vehicle."
Yeah, I don't think
But
that's
I don't
allowed.
drink.
That's definitely
You're not allowed to be drunk
just
and
in
let your
case
truck
you have
drive
to
home?
drive. I think.
Oh, just in
you'd have
just
to
in
pull
case
over and
it
sober up or something.
just in case it breaks
Just
down
in
and
case
doesn't
it
work.
fucks up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to
There's
stay
no.
sober just in case.
Yeah, no,
And awake.
I'm good.
I think too.
Oh, you're not allowed to be sleeping.
I think there's like things that register if you're
Okay.
sleeping as well.
All
you
right.
know, but
But
there's
why do
lots
you-
of
why
cars
do you
out there
think
doing
it's ugly?
self-driving. The panels are all really square
Yeah.
and flat and just obviously
It looks like they're
made-
trying to make it look like a tank, but it's
every
not cool
every
enough.
time they put a curve into a body panel or a line into a body panel,
Costs money.
it costs that much more.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
all those
why.
seams, wouldn't those be just bullshit to have to try to?
Well, I'll post a link. We just watched an episode of Whistling Diesel. He's a big YouTuber guy, and he did a whole like durability test on the Tesla truck.
Oh god, it's
And
pretty funny.
There's some stuff that's really cool because it does kick ass in some spots of like climbing hills and stuff.
Yeah.
But also
Or having C4 blow up the back of the.
yeah,
Because
it's stainless steel compared to
Yeah.
aluminum. Everything's made out of aluminum nowadays.
Hi, Salty. We're just
bud.
doing a podcast. It's okay. You're a good boy still. Salty's missing Papa.
Oh no,
He really had a lot of fun when Papa was here.
Aw.
Yeah, he's like a week of Papa and then no Papa. It's not the same.
Anyway,
Anyways, Cybertrucks.
He Whistling Diesel guy, he literally ripped panels off just with his hands, like fender
Oh.
flares and stuff. He literally just went like this one, pop, 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 and they were just glued on.
Ew.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I was like,
That's
come
dumb.
on. And you're paying.
And it's
you're
supposed to
paying
be way safer for that's
supposed
how
to be
it's
safer. Well,
marketed.
because it's still stainless steel and everything.
Yeah,
But,
but if it's glued together
he
with
went
paper
to tow
mache,
something, and it literally ripped the frame off. Like the frame broke, where they had to like fix and weld the frame back together. Lots of things like that. I was like, all right.
a few
So,
flaws,
ugly and not that
and doesn't
durable.
actually work.
And yeah, and it took him 45 minutes just to get the app properly on his phone to be able to even get the thing started.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's the thing.
Lose
And
your
and
phone,
then
you can't get your truck
had
started.
to drive somewhere else to charge it
Right.
because he didn't have the charger at his house or
Right.
anything. It was just a test, right?
Good.
So I had to drive somewhere else to fill it up.
Real good design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
Okay, so it's kind of an elitist vehicle.
Yeah, definitely that. And
Okay.
just
You
for
gotta plan
status
ahead.
and show, and nobody's ever really going to take it off road anyways without, doing a
Without being
durability
able to
test.
write it off
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, next. There we go. Still
Part of
going.
it's the color
Chaos
too, because
question
they're
corner.
all gray.
Yeah, they're all just stainless steel color.
Yeah,
That's
but
so
not cool.
It's like
Not cool and shiny, like a
like a
1991 Toyota Camry had at least a little shimmer
Yeah, a
in
little
that
something
silver.
to it,
Anyways,
why Jen and Ben didn't last again?
is that
I don't know.
the celebrities, Jen Aniston and
Ben Affleck and Jennifer. He was with Jennifer Lopez, and then was with Jennifer
I was thinking
Garner,
Brad Pitt or something.
but then maybe back with Jennifer Lopez, but not anymore. I don't really know.
I don't know either of those people very well, but it seems to me people are who they are, and if things don't work out the first time, most of the time things aren't going to work out the second time. I mean, sometimes you get people that were just going through something in their life and they weren't at the right maturity level to be together again, and good on you for trying. There's something to be said for familiarity and comfort. But usually if it doesn't work the first time, it's not going to work.
I could see if somebody was, if they were older, wiser,
quit drinking
or, more sober,
something.
Yeah, definitely something like that. I could see
More
that.
sober.
More sober. I don't know, more,
Yeah.
sober-ish.
Yeah. Square.
All right, next.
Yep.
Beards or no beards on men and women?
I think people should wear facial hair if they want to.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Boom. What do you think?
I think pretty much the same. I mean, what do I care?
Yeah. It's your face.
Yeah.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
sure.
care. Enjoy. Be as creative as you want.
Am I socially ordained or whatever, indoctrinated to see a bearded woman as not as attractive?
Yeah.
Probably.
But
Admittedly.
is it about attraction or is it about people being able to be themselves?
Oh, and that's exactly
The question's
that's
not
why
who are you more attracted to, beards or no beards?
Beards or no beards on men and women. All right.
Yeah.
Who
I
cares?
think have whatever you want.
Do what you want to do.
If you want to ask us what we find more attractive, then ask us that next time.
All right, there you go. Deal.
And next question.
Do you tell your kids about Santa? If so, what age? Or just let them figure it out?
I think it's all around. Like, we don't have kids, but I think it's like, the whole Santa marketing thing is out there
Yeah.
already, and I think roll with whatever your community is doing and whatever you're wanting to do and your beliefs.
Yeah. That to
If
me,
you're-
I actually literally asked this of like my nephew, not of my brother, when my nephew and niece were growing up, and like I can't remember the exact conversation or whatever, but it was basically like I said,
Do you perpetuate?
why and how long do you let it go on? And you're literally starting off showing your kids that you're lying to them, but it's for their own fun and enjoyment, so that's kind of okay. So it's like, does that set a bad precedence too, where if I think it's okay for you, then I can lie to you?
I think as the kids become old. You're finishing stuff
yeah.
still? Okay.
So
Sorry,
then-
it seemed like you stopped.
So I'm just trying to think of, so then basically I think his answer was that the biggest part of him is he didn't want to ostracize or have his kids be that much different or think that much different than the rest of the kids. And at the time, I also sort of didn't agree with that because I'm a nonconformist at heart. So it was sort of like, well, why wouldn't you want that? You want them to stand out. But knowing how kids are,
How people are.
yeah. You
People
wouldn't want them
belong.
to be the ones going around saying, oh, he doesn't exist, and then having that energy going around. Why? Why put that into them?
Trying to prove it to other people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not on them.
Yeah. What were you going to say? Do you remember from before?
Well, not exactly sure, but the way I weigh in on it is I wouldn't want to have the burden of proof on the kids. And I think as long as once the kids become of an age where they're starting to question it and they're not sure, I think being able to have an open dialogue with the kids about the nuances of storytelling and tradition and all of that sort of stuff. If you have a good open communication line, you can talk to them about the transition of believing it's a specific person that's at a specific place and that whole mythology or whatever behind it. but then also being able to transition that thought process and that story into becoming the Santas and the excitement and the fun of getting to share magic with children.
For sure.
You know, because there's part of that whole experience. I'm looking at a picture of me dressed as Santa on Harvey. In the background, a friend of ours, a lady on the island, Kathleen Pemberton, she had seen this picture of me dressed as Santa at the store. And so she painted us. So I don't know if we'll remember to put that in, but...
I have two things that I want to sort of try to get out.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, you jump in.
One, it just reminded me of what you said about the magic and everything. That, like, and I think I've talked about this on the pod before, where we were all grown up. Like, me and my two brothers were grown up enough that Christmas was still super fun, but it was more getting together, having a good time, sharing some presents and some food and all that kind of stuff. There was no Santa. There was none of that sort of magic. You know, it was awesome and amazing, still getting together. But then when my nephew and niece came along, it was completely different. It was like, oh, what did Santa bring you? No, it's almost Christmas. And the calendar and everything came out, and it really made a big difference for everyone's Christmas energy to be ramped up. Yeah. And was like that for the next 10 years, you know, kind of deal until they sort of stopped believing or got too old or whatever, you know. So my other thing I was going to say is, I think as far as an age or letting them figure it out, I say the schoolyard sort of does that, especially if your kids go to school.
Oh yeah, you get a couple kids that are like have a different belief set.
Yeah. Oh, you're dumb. Santa doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's like, well, the concept of Santa actually does exist,
right?
And being able to have, you know, like I remember being pretty crushed when. And like arguing for Santa because I was the youngest of the kids. And then I found out, like I started looking at Christmas tags and stuff and how Christmas tags was the same.
Written in the same
printing. Maybe a little fancier. Like,
oh, okay, yeah. Try to switch it up a little bit.
And so it was like, Mom would write the labels for Santa because they were dropped off in the bag, and she knew which ones were for who because they were dropped off in certain bags for us. And so it was like there was a little bit of like she was trying to keep it alive. And then once you don't believe in Santa being one person that's doing these monumental tasks and you're like, nope, that's it, it doesn't exist. Well, then Santa doesn't bring you presents.
Oh, yeah, right.
If you don't believe in him, then he can't bring you presents because he doesn't exist for you anymore.
That's what I was going to say.
And so you get to become Santa. So if you don't want to believe anymore, which we just believed.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we believe in the magic of Santa. We believe in all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Once you know, then you become Santa. Then you need to start making gifts happen for other people and making the magic happen for somebody else. And that was part of the evolution of the Santa and the story. And all of that. Anyways.
And that's the same with me, I guess. I was going to say that I don't think like, I don't even know if I ever questioned it to my parents because I was worried that was going to make it not exist. Yeah. You know, or whatever, or like you said, if all of a sudden
wake up from the dream.
They think that I don't believe it, then why bother? Because we literally had presents that were like from Santa, you know, whatever, and then some that were
your
from
stocking
Mom and Dad
or whatever. Was your stocking
whatever.
from Santa too?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then some that were labeled from Mom and Dad. So you're like, oh, okay. So you start thinking like, oh shit, are those presents from Santa just not going to come if I let them know, or if I'm, you know, if they're onto me that
Which
I'm not believing all of a sudden.
We're all a bunch of scammers. We're like, wow, I believe in Santa.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, we kind of went long on that one. Any other points?
That's it for kale stuff.
Okay.
We got others here.
Okay. What are the others?
You know, if we want to keep trucking. Mikey O'Donnell says Chuck Norris.
Talk about Chuck Norris?
That's it, yeah. Because I put who's got podcast topics. He says Chuck Norris.
I like the meme where he's got his super short cut off jeans and then cowboy boots on, and I think he's doing a kick.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's actually from something.
It's gotta be, right? They didn't AI that.
Well, maybe. Photoshop that.
I don't know that I was a big Chuck Norris fan or could name even a single Chuck Norris movie, but I do appreciate all the
Delta Force
memes about how tough he is.
I think we had like Delta Force 2 on VHS back in the day, so we watched the hell out of that. And
is that a plane one?
It was like an army one. Delta Force is like a special elite group of soldiers,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So and there was I should watch the Delta Force again because must have been something about it. I mean, we had the tape. That's something about it. I guess
must have been good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then is it Enter the Dragon? I can't remember. One of the Bruce Lee movies he's in, and him and Bruce Lee fight at the Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum, when they actually were on location at the Colosseum.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's a good fight scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remembered something else that happened when Papa was here.
Oh, okay. Chuck Norrisy?
No.
Oh.
No, that's the sad part.
Oh.
We watched the falling stars and meteorites.
Oh, that was
on
awesome.
the 11th and 12th of August, it's supposed to be, I guess every year it happens. We twirl through that belt or whatever. But your dad and I saw like the biggest, widest falling star meteorite, whatever the heck it was. It was like if you hold your hand up as far as it goes and like hold your finger out, it was easily that wide. It wasn't like a spaghettini thinness
angel hair.
Yeah, angel hair past a thinness of most of the other falling stars that we saw, and it was like longer than your finger if you put your arm all the way up and out. It was like probably twice that length, and there was like a really wide solid white band and then like fuzzy speckly all out the edges, and it was like and then was gone. It was cool. We had both seen it. We were like, "Wow!" I think Jason might have been packing a bowl.
Yeah, I missed it. It was like there was a tree branch that was like right here, and I think I was literally just like whoop, right across the tree branch. So.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did stargazing just about every night when he was here.
My neck was sore for like a couple days after. You know, just like
I was in
that's awesome.
Whatever the lounger chair, and these guys were just trying to look up the whole time. It was exciting. It was one of those falling stars that you know, feels like a once in a lifetime kind of one, and it's just extra special that Danny and I both saw it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because it was like, holy wow, we actually saw that.
They never stopped talking about the whole time. All I heard about was this meteorite.
Yeah, when it was a fake out. There actually wasn't one.
Meteoroid.
We're just, you're a meteoroid. Okay, any other questions?
There's still other topics from other people.
Okay.
You want to keep trucking?
We'll plow through them real quick.
Yeah? Okay.
I got a client coming, so we're like zipping through, but.
Do you want to just end?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, got like 10 minutes more for sure.
Okay. So Shelly says plastics in all foods, including those labeled organic.
Oh, I think there's just microplastics in the world now. There's not a lot we can do about it besides not having body washes with little fucking microplastics in them.
It
and
literally
stuff.
floats in the air and collects, and then it literally goes in the water and then into the groundwater, and it's now in the roots and everything all over the world. It's done.
Being afraid of it lowers your vibration and could like attract more dis-ease in your body.
Yeah.
So if you can like just maybe try not to worry about that and focus on something that you're happy about, then
that's a great idea.
I don't know that that's going to clear the plastics out of your body or your food, but
make you feel better or make you feel less crappy about it.
Unless you feel less plastic clogged up.
The rest, all we can do is sort of try to stop having microplastics and clean it up.
Yeah, quit making more.
You know, and a lot of it is just from
awareness.
bigger chunks of plastic that get broken down over time.
Yeah, it's not always body wash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's most times it's
plastic,
old bags and old everything, and old fish net that just literally breaks down into tiny tinies.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a project. Is it Project Cleanup? Ocean Recover? I don't know. Something I'll find out.
One of those
Ocean
ones
360.
where it's like scooping up all the.
Yeah. Apparently they do like lots.
It works
and lots
amazing.
And lots. Yeah, they do a good job. So
it'd be nice if the plastics could be somehow like reused or whatever, like caught and then squished back together
Yeah,
into
I'm not
something
sure
else.
what all
or-
happens to it after.
Yeah.
I need to do a little bit of research on that or whatever. But yeah, I assume recycled somewhere.
Yeah.
Recycled.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Plastics. Aaron McCullough says trench foot. I realized his last time was hangnails. Now it's trench foot.
I think
It's all bodily stuff that's just getting worse.
might need to go to the doctor. I think
Change your socks.
yeah, have dry socks, be able to dry your feet out.
Yep.
Like I remember as a kid, we didn't always have waterproof shoes, or like you'd outgrow your
Didn't always wear them.
yeah, you'd outgrow your gum boots or whatever. And we live on the wet coast of Vancouver Island, and it's it's pretty soggy over here. And
Yeah.
so lots of times I'd want to wear sneakers instead of my gum boots to school, and because I didn't want to be schlepping around in gum boots.
Yeah.
And so our feet would be wet. So one of the things that we did is take like a bread bag and put that on your foot. I mean, if you're
But even that, you got to swap out. every
yeah,
now and then, right?
if your shoes were big enough, you could do a sock and then a plastic bag
Right.
and then your shoe.
And your boot.
Yeah, or another sock. I guess no, then it would just be absorbent. But yeah, anyways, yeah. Sometimes we'd put the sock on the inside or the bag on the inside of the sock so other people couldn't see it. You
Right.
could still hear it.
Yeah.
but
He's sloshing around and
yeah, help to try to keep your gear less wet.
I've worked in a couple places. I can't remember what it's called now, but one place was up north, and it was like during the winter and super rainy. I want to say like High Level or somewhere. It wasn't that, but somewhere like that, and crazy rainy. And where we were working was just like it was basically a trench, kind of just a more open trench.
Yeah.
And they told us all the time, like, make sure you change your socks. We got
your
we
feet
got
will rot.
other extra boots. We got extra gum boots over here because it all had to be steel toed.
Yeah.
and everything too. So it was like, here, just make sure you swap everything out because they had tons of problems, I guess, in years past with people that just didn't bother.
Yeah, and then they can't
then
walk.
just- it literally rots away at your foot. You
Yeah.
know, and then you can't walk, can't work, can't do anything. And
Just costing the company money. Cheaper to make
Yeah.
sure you guys all have a place to dry your boots.
Yeah, that was a huge thing back in the day with the war. It was just like extra socks, hanging up your boots whenever you got a chance and letting them dry out. And they'd like torch their boots, like
Yeah.
a torch, like a tiger torch or whatever. And
try to dry
or
'em
like
out.
drape them over like gun barrels and cannon barrels and stuff. You see pictures with their socks hanging over old gun barrels and stuff to dry them up
Yeah,
and
and
warm
socks
them up.
would have been a
and-
freaking luxury.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There wouldn't have been a plastic bag to put your foot into or any of that
No,
stuff. Especially
yeah.
Vietnam was really
literally,
bad for it.
no plastic bags,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Trench foot.
Trench foot.
Have your
There you
dry
go.
socks. Dry your feet, you guys.
And so, Cameron Lauder, he's a chef.
Okay.
He says, is it good deep fried? I don't know what it is necessarily, but it just says, is it good deep fried? So I'm like, everything is good deep fried.
I think a lot of things are better deep fried.
A lot of things are better deep fried. Snickers bars, not so much on a hot day.
Yeah.
That was my first thought was like,
Barf inducing.
it was very hot and gross. It was
Yeah.
also on the hottest day of the year, and
Yeah.
I decided to try something different. And
Is that at the Expedition X or no? What's it
like
called?
A taste of the whatever,
Oh,
taste
okay.
of Edmonton or something.
Oh,
One of
okay.
those kind of
Yeah.
deals. Street vendor fest or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah. And it was like, oh, I've always heard about those, and they got them down in the States, and
And
there's
now
different
you-
carnivals. I gotta try one.
Liquid lava,
Not
sugar in your
thinking,
mouth.
Yeah, literally
in the summer.
hot chocolate, oily chocolate. It was like plus 40. I was like, why? Why? I took one bite and I was just like, oh, why did I do that? That's
Yeah.
not smart. Yeah. So, but I think
I don't
most
like a
things,
hot pickle, so probably not.
Yeah. So what if
Probably
you let
not
it cool
deep-fried
off though?
pickle.
That's
But then it gets soggy.
and then what's the point?
The deep fried.
Because then it's just a cold battered thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like tempura vegetables, or like
We're,
some of my favorite thing.
yeah.
When I go for sushi, if I can
Yeah.
get tempura vegetables, I'm on that. All over that.
So my thing is like garlic butter, right? I always said like
Everything's better with
yeah,
garlic
exactly.
butter, except maybe chocolate cake.
You could eat a
and
tire
stuff.
if you had garlic
Desserts
butter on
probably
it.
not.
I bet still better.
I don't really like chocolate after I've had garlic because I really don't like the mix together. It makes like a weird metallic-y flavor in my
Okay,
mouth.
good to know. So no chocolate, garlic truffles from
Well,
hot chocolates or
I
anything?
still
for-
ate chocolate ice cream after my Caesar salad the other night. So
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
Chocolate ice cream is from.
Okay.
Chocolate ice cream. Anyways,
next.
that's it for Facebook topics.
All right. Well, thanks for throwing those at us.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a would you rather idea?
Nah.
No, you don't think of any would you rathers? Would you rather mow the lawn or weed whip the yard?
Ooh, shit.
I'd rather mow because I'm not good with weed whippers.
I like the act of weed.
Yeah.
I
It's a
call it
little more
weed eating.
murdery.
Yeah, it's definitely more like more weapony.
Yeah.
Sort of funness.
But your back doesn't like it.
But yeah, the old back doesn't necessarily like it. If I had one of those like
Harnesses?
harness style ones where everything just sort of hangs,
Yes.
I like that. But
Go
even then,
back.
you end up sort of leaning forward.
Yeah.
But mowing the lawn is, yeah, it's fun too. I like it if I have a nice big open square lawn. Where
If somebody's
I can, like,
already
make a
picked up
pattern
all the dog
or
sticks
something.
and toys and
Well, that definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, gone through and walked, made sure there's no rocks coming in.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah, for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I got another
Oh, you
one
got
here.
a real one?
Peggy Fowler.
Uh-huh.
On the We Can't Pick Title podcast Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
facebook.com/We Can't Pick. She says, "Oh, you should talk about the French pole vaulter. Everyone else is."
That's
And I
great.
assume that's the one that got hung up on his dong.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Hey?
Did you see that he's gotten offers to
For
do
porn?
porn now?
That's so great. I love
Yeah.
anything to do with anything you get an offer for porn nowadays.
Yeah.
You
There
know?
was a swimmer, too, that had, like...
Oh, the trunks?
not the one that we talked about last week.
Oh, okay.
That where his trunks like sort of on the sides
see-through.
disappeared. There was a different one that wound up having.
Oh, okay.
I think when he was on the podium, looked like he had full chub or something.
Oh, yeah? All right. And he got an offer for porn?
I don't know that he did, but I
Oh,
remember
okay.
the other one did. I was like,
Yeah,
there's just a
okay.
lot of dong talk on there.
I love that, like, you'd be, like, so super disappointed because you didn't get the vault,
Mm-hmm.
but also pretty amazing, showcasing, badass way to miss your vault.
Feature your ween. Feature your ween.
Yeah, if you're gonna...
I don't know.
If you're going to catch the bar, you know,
Yeah.
you may as well-
if it's gonna snag on something.
although it might hurt,
Oh yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, maybe he can't do
I didn't
pornos
watch it
anymore.
live. I've just seen the picture, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Looked like it was getting a good yoink on there.
And I don't know if he was any kind of like, real contention for a medal, anyways.
Nobody cares if he was.
Well, but
All they care is like,
but I guess
what?
yeah, like I mean, that's what I mean by like if you were like so close to winning, and then that's what hung you up.
Maybe he
Be
was
like,
really excited about almost winning.
exactly.
The shorts were real shiny
Yeah.
and just rubbing it the right way. They're
I
like,
wanna see,
don't
like-
wear the underwear, Steven. Just get out there.
Yeah,
I don't
just-
know this guy's real name,
Yeah,
but
just slap on that spandex, a real tight, smooth spandex.
yeah, it's like it's just so slippery and shiny. It feels awesome when I run.
I want to see
And
like
then whoops.
5 minutes before, you know, if anybody was like walking around him, that maybe give him a little semi. You know, if there's like a hot
They were
timekeeper,
like rubbing their
or
boobies at him or
something.
something
Yeah.
or whatever, however
Well,
people do
no,
that.
they're just doing their thing, but
Oh, okay.
maybe attractive to him.
Maybe.
And a little distraction, Sammy Chubb.
And then he's not used to
blow the
running
whistle, you
with
gotta
one,
go.
and then whoop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
His
and then
pole
as he's
caught on his
running,
pole.
You know, yeah, he's vaulting off his pole.
Yeah, it's tragic.
It's your own damn vault.
I feel bad for the fella.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's junk or private parts should be being featured or talked about in the news,
That's a good
really.
point.
You know, like if it was a chick and her boobs got caught on the rings
Yeah.
or something like that, would we all be allowed to still talk about it? I don't know.
Probably
Anyways.
not.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little sexist, but at the same time, maybe he's okay with everybody talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
probably
hope he
would
doesn't
still
get.
be.
I hope he doesn't get harassed too much
Yeah. All right.
over it,
We'll go with that. I doubt it.
or have people fall in love with him for the wrong reason.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that people would be buying him drinks or something if anything, but he also did mess up, and so he didn't. I don't know.
He didn't win. He
Maybe
didn't
it was
win
just
the
a
big
practice
bucks.
run. I don't know.
I don't know. Nobody
I
even
don't know
cared.
the logistics exactly.
They're just like, whoa,
Yeah, for
that
sure.
photographer. I want to know how much money they made on selling
On
that
that,
picture.
yeah, hey.
Anyways,
Yeah, lots of cool photos that come out, like just
Of the
wicked,
wiener?
No, like just
Oh.
wicked timed photos and stuff. There was one of the men's track, and it was like perfectly in line
all
where they
their
were all
feet?
like here, yeah, their feet,
And
and
you
then
can
one
see
of their
the one
faces
shoe.
and stuff. They're all like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
they're going
all,
across
like,
the finish line.
faces, yeah,
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, Olympics.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I guess I missed the opportunity to wear my jacket again. I should have done that.
Danny says BC Ferries.
BC ferries can bite me. No, I'm grateful that they get us back and forth because I wouldn't want to have to try to have a boat to live here.
I wouldn't want a water taxi everywhere, but also if they weren't there, then some other company would be there, and hopefully they would do a better job.
And I feel like they're really short-staffed, and the staff don't get treated really well. It's a shame it was ever privatized.
Well, and that's the shitty thing too. Is like you said, everyone's going through staff shortages and other issues and stuff with their business.
But they need
this business just happens to be on the water transporting people back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty important thing to be, like other things I can see maybe CEOs being dicks and not giving out proper wages for whatever, and that's why staff shortages happen and lots of other reasons for sure. But in this case, when it comes to people's transport and getting home, then I think there should be more priority put into.
They're paid a decent wage. It's just they really string you along, and there's like a hierarchy of whoever's been there the longest, which is great because if you can stick it out, it's good. But
the hiring process is a little sticky.
Yeah, it's tricky because you got to pay like whatever it is, 10 grand to go get schooling for that. And then they only give you hours if other people aren't available.
Yeah, you're on probationary sort of period for a long time.
And you can't say no to a shift. So if you have another job, you have to have another job that's pays really well.
And is willing
is flexible to have you not show up to work because the ferries need you last minute.
Yeah, and how many jobs are cool with that these
Almost
days
none.
for that long,
almost none.
Yeah, so their hiring process is a little weird, but I also get it because it's got to be safe and everything. You can't just hire any willy-nilly off the street. So
and during the COVID stuff, they got rid of everybody that wouldn't get a shot or let people like just go into early retirement if they didn't feel like doing that, and so.
That was
they
a bad
lost
decision.
like 30% of their thing, but I understand because it's people in close quarters, so I understand the pressure from the government to make sure it gets done.
That's what I imagine Health Canada or Health whoever was giving them tons of like pressure to do it, so.
I got to wrap it up because I think my client's here.
All right, hard out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Love you guys. We'll
Love
see you
guys
next
very
week.
Much. See you next week. Find us on the Facebooks and all that jazzes.
Yep. Stay safe.
And we can't pick.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Yay.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have fun.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.